I recently received an email from a good friend. It contained an article purporting to be a history lesson as to why the United States Marine Corps hymn contains the words, "To the Shores of Tripoli." Now, I knew a bit about the Barbary Wars, so I read on with interest to see if I remembered correctly. Now, it seemed to be an accurate portrayal of history. But we all know how the internet can be used to deceive. So I went to Snopes.com and TruthOrFiction.com to get their take on the article. They both knew of the article as it had gone viral, meaning everybody with an internet connection may have seen it. Both of these services verified that it was a true and faithful representation, at least as far as the historical facts were concerned. The true or false websites make no comment on the opinion side of the story. So I do commend the story to you. Now just go to your search engine and type in, quote, "Thomas Jefferson versus the Muslim world," unquote. Got it? The story is about the birth of the United States Navy and the efforts of U.S. Marines assigned to the Navy ships. Just a note in passing, the Marine hymn has 3 verses. Now, we seldom get to hear the last 2. The hymn is the oldest official song in the United States military. The music is from the opera Geneviève de Brabant, which debuted in Paris in 1859. Now, seems some of our guys like the melody. Now, we don't know who wrote the lyrics to the hymn. So again, we Americans have a French connection. Okay. So the song starts out, "From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli." Now wonder where these places are. One, of course, is in Mexico, and the other is the North African coast, the Barbary coast. And that is where the connection to the Muslim world gets woven into the article. Briefly, the history goes something like this. Muslim pirates were terrorizing the Mediterranean Sea in the 1700s, meaning they were pirates attacking every ship they saw. They stole the cargoes and they took the crews hostage. Ransom was demanded and paid by all the maritime countries, including America, until President Thomas Jefferson had had enough. Congress had authorized the building of naval frigates, realizing that without the help of the British and French navies, the American merchants' fleet was unprotected at sea. When Jefferson was sworn in as president, he inherited a military option to combat the Barbary nations, and he exercised that option. Now, he sent a squadron of ships to North Africa and took on the 4 Muslim states of Tripoli, Tunis, Morocco, and Algiers. After 4 years, the battle was over and the piracy went away by 1815. Now, it makes for great reading for military history buffs. But the real message in the article concerns the dangers of Islam. The author relates the story of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams meeting in 1786 with Tripoli's ambassador to Great Britain to ask why his nation was attacking American ships and enslaving their crews. The 2 future presidents reported that the ambassador, whose name was Sidi Haji Abdul Rahman Aja, had answered, quote, that Islam was founded on the laws of the Prophet, that it was written in their Quran that all nations who would not have acknowledged their authority were sinners, that it was right and duty to make war upon them whenever they could be found, and to make slaves of all they could take as prisoners, and that every Muslim who should be slain in battle was sure to go to paradise, unquote. I guess those strong thoughts made an impression on Thomas Jefferson. When he had the resources to fight back, he took the option and did it with a congressional declaration of war supporting him. The message I got from the authors of the article was a warning that if we don't pay attention, we will relive the Barbary Wars. And I admit it is a compelling story when you see what is happening around the globe in the name of Islam. As the article suggests, America has a tradition of religious tolerance, but how far does it go when a religion is based on supremacism? One whose holy book not only condones but mandates violence against unbelievers. Well, history will determine who gets this one right. Lots of bad things have happened in the name of religion, But what would the world be like if there was no religion? Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Find us on Cox Channel 15 or Verizon Channel 34, Saturday at 4 p.m. or Sunday at 10 a.m. Find us on the web at www.gatsbyproject.com/Common Sense Rhode Island. Like us on Facebook at Common Sense RI, and follow us on Twitter at @Common Sense RI.